Hey, welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee, and welcome to Ambitiously Radio. And
You have now tuned in to Ambitiously
you
the
have now
podcast.
tuned in. You definitely have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. It is a Wednesday evening. And this Wednesday, we are getting into it. This Wednesday, hold on. Let me put this down for a second. Don't need that right now. Um, this Wednesday, we are getting back into. It's almost sometimes dreadful. We're getting back into the wiretap. I do want to finish this case out. I do not want to leave it lingering. We are focused on right now the Don Richard case versus Diddy. If you don't know who Don Richard is, let me give you a little recap. She was in the group Danity Kane first, and then she became a part of the trio Dirty Money. And as you can see in the title, it says the wiretap. It's believable. She was there. She was there. Um, there are, and I'm going to get into another case a little later on. There are, and I would like to get into this case because I have so many, like, I don't even believe it, factors like girl by factors of that case. And it's against Diddy. That's the crazy part. But just this particular case is like, girl, I believe nothing you say. Um, and if I do believe it, it's just so many twists and turns in that situation. But with this young lady, she was there. We witnessed her being there, and so yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's the wiretap. Few things I need to say before we get into that, though. First thing is, join the conversation. Why not? Drop a comment, call in, or text. The number's 443-780-5978. 443-780-5978. Just know that if you, by chance, okay, audio's good, video's good, awesome. I see you, Doc Baby. Um, but if you by chance call in or text, if you call in, you'll be live on air. If you text, I will be reading it live on air as well as any comments that I drop because this is just not a visual audience thing. This is a listening audience thing too. So I would like them to know what you had said. I would. If you would like to talk to us about anything, I mean, I do mean anything, business. You want your joints played on the radio station. You want to come in and talk. You want to hop on the podcast or radio station for an interview. You have some gab you want to send my way, or you just want to say hi. Hey, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription. I'm happy when y'all hit the like button though. That makes me really, really happy. So hit that like button. Don't forget to do that. And check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Yeah, yeah. All of that. They did get all of that out of the way. For sure. So while we are waiting on Doc, I would like to give a little short recap of where we left off the last time we were speaking. Um, about this particular case, because we took a little break. Now we were talking about Dawn being at the party, and Capricorn Clark. I don't know if you are familiar with who Capricorn Clark is, but I'll give you a recap on who she is. At the time, okay, Doc is in here. At the time, Capricorn Clark was Diddy's assistant before the his Ghislaine that he has now. Um, and so they was trying to make it make sense for her to get out of the party. Now I'm about to bring. Well, I'm gonna wait for Doc to get set up, and so let me know when you're ready, babe. Okay, you ready? I'm about to bring you in. Um, Now it's been said on the Gab on these Gab Beach streets that a long time ago, hi Doc Honey,
Hey,
how you
you hear me
doing
right?
this evening? Huh?
Oh, I was making sure you hear me. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good, 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 good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um,
How are you?
Listen, I'm good. I accidentally walked 9 miles today.
You and them accidentally extra miles.
Yeah, I accidentally did it again today. And somebody on Facebook, or I'm somebody who is my friend on Facebook, said they saw me today, which was awesome. I was like, "Where you see me at?" And they told me exactly where I was, and I was like, "Yep, I was right there." so, yeah, I don't know. That make me feel like I might need to switch up my route now. I don't know. I don't like people knowing. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got some crazy stuff. All right, I don't know what happened, but yeah, I don't like people knowing exactly where I am at the time that I'm there, so I might gotta switch it up a little bit. But yeah,
You trying to
actually,
be incognito.
huh? Yeah,
Incognito.
I don't need everybody to know exactly my walking route. You feel me? So I might gotta switch it up just a tad bit. I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen, but I think I gotta make it happen. Um, but anyway, so I was recapping of last we spoke on this particular case, this Don Richard case, um, and who Capricorn Clark was. And what I was saying was, um, a long time ago, before he got the Ghislaine that he has now, which is KK, he had
The
Cap,
just lane.
huh?
No, what you describe it as is just lane.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hello. Yeah. I'm not upstairs. All right. I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye. Sorry, that's my sister. And I am my sister's keeper. I thought she needed to get in the house. She talking about, did anybody cook tonight? Girl, Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
You ahead of time. Anybody could tonight. I'm,
Right.
I'm I'm getting my to-go plate tonight.
She ain't even to go. She live here. Like,
Oh well,
girl,
I'm taking my thing to my room tonight.
you could have waited until you got home to find that information out, girl. Talking about tonight, the podcast night. Yeah, it is.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not upstairs. I don't know if she cooked anything. I don't know. I don't think she did because I actually cooked her something to eat earlier. So I don't know. Anyway, so basically before he got KK, he had Capricorn. It's been said on the rumor mill that he mucked Capricorn up real bad
Mm.
behind some stuff with, I believe, with Cassie. Yeah, behind Cassie mess. And then she got fired. He accused her of stealing from him. Then the whole case went down. She won. The end. That's how that happened. So, that's who Capricorn Clark is. She's a real person. I know her name sounds quite fictional, like it sounds like something that you would get in some kind of novel, but she's a real person. So last we spoke, Capricorn was trying to make it make sense for Dawn to leave the location.
The party.
Yeah. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'm trying to look through. I didn't write it down this time. I can't remember what note we was at, what statement we was at.
I think we are. So we're just gonna start from 61, and then
Okay, 61. I got you.
yeah,
Right.
because
I know
in
we were
that
going
way
to.
that'll put us in the right place and space and time of
Okay.
everything, and we won't feel like we missed anything. So now this is in the Danity Kane. I mean, this is in the Dirty Money era. Danity Kane is dissolved. There's no more Danity Kane. Now she's working with him in the Dirty Money aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mr. Combs repeatedly said things like, this is a buffet because now we at the party. This is a buffet. Enjoy yourselves. This is what we do. This is how we party. Miss Richards felt shocked and horrified at the sight of Mr. Combs and his guests violating incapacitated young women and implored Mr. Combs' personal assistant, Capricorn Clark, to allow her to leave. Miss Clark insisted that Miss Richards wait 15 minutes for Miss Clark to make sense. It that is to make Miss Richard's exit less conspicuous, so that Mr. Combs could not notice that she had left, knowing that she was not free to leave and had to wait for Miss Clark to help her orchestrate her departure. Miss Richard experienced feelings of panic and being trapped against her will. This is some crazy stuff. Like, I can't even leave the party when I feel like it. I, I'm basically a trapped slave. So I gotta watch all of your debauchery.
Basically, that's what it sounds like.
Whether I want to or not. I gotta just watch it. And but doesn't that sound familiar? As much as we joke and laugh about his second job.
Yes. Lil Rod, aka the producer, aka the piano player, aka the ship's hand, aka
his hand was on my thigh meat.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
His hand was on my thigh meat. Oh my gosh. But it sounds familiar. It doesn't sound too far fetched. No. They don't have the same attorneys, so the same people didn't write this briefing. Different paralegals, different attorneys, the wording changes. You want to hit 62?
Yes. So Mr. Combs regularly placed Miss Rashad in similar situations with no means to escape. At Mr. Combs' drug-fueled parties, his guests, including Miss Rashad, were required to surrender their phones upon entry. Mr. Combs kept the doors locked and guarded by security personnel, making it impossible for Miss Rashad to leave without alerting Mr. Combs that she had done so. Mr. Combs hired police officers to attend his parties, sending a clear message to guests that his influence extended to law enforcement officers and creating a climate of fear and tacit warning that reporting him to the authorities would be both unacceptable and futile. So, hey, I got the police in my pocket. They here too. You here, they here.
Right. Not only that, there is a young lady who's been circulating the blog and whatever documentary, however you wanna, the surviving circuit, right? And she's not questionable, but she's questionable in some questions. I got questions for everybody outside of the people that we know for sure are victims, right? But anyway, she said she was at a Diddy party, and one thing that she did say, and she got proof that she was there. That's why I don't question too much of what she's saying, but I question some of her actions in the process, because she does have pictures from the photo booth that he had at this particular function. And the one thing that she said was that when they came in, they did make them surrender, put their phones in like this bubble bag, and they couldn't do nothing with their phones until it was time to leave. So I feel like that's a very true statement as far as them having to surrender their phones. But the like I said, the young lady was there because Little Rod was probably there too. But anyway, the photo booth pictures have Team Love on it. That's why I said what I said about Lil Rod might have perhaps been at this particular party too. She said it was a lot of debauchery. A lot of debauchery. This is just the word for everything that they say that goes down at these parties is debauchery. So on many occasions, Mr. Combs had parties at his Miami, Florida residence, Star Island, that lasted for several days. I believe that if what they saying is true, child, they was partying. At one of the parties, Miss Richard witnessed Mr. Combs openly stating that he had arranged for busloads of young exotic girls, such as Black and Asian, Indonesia. This makes sense for him though, because all right, I get to that in a minute. Indonesian and albino. Wow. Uh, once again, Miss Richard observed and hit. Oh, inebriated young ladies being SV'd, so violated, by Mr. Combs and his guests. In a state of panic and terror, Miss Richard fled to the bedroom Mr. Combs had insisted she stay in and barricaded the door shut with furniture. Dad, you feel that serious? Like
Well,
that's
this what that last line is kind of interesting because is it saying that he told her to go to the room and stay in and barricade yourself in, or did she go to the room and he
no,
barricaded her
she's
in?
saying that because this reads pretty clear to me. She's saying that she got low because she was watching them do their debauchery, and she got so overwhelmed that she ran to the room that he insisted that she stay in while she was there. So instead of her staying at a hotel or some Airbnb or something like that, he insisted that she stayed at the mansion in that particular room. So therefore, that's the only place she could go at the time. So she ran to the room and then she pushed furniture in front of the door to
Okay, so
barricade
you
herself.
read it. All right, so you read it that she did this because I was like, it says Mr. Combs had insisted she stay in and barricaded the door with furniture, unless they messed with Mr.
That's the room
Combs.
he insisted for her to stay
Okay,
in while she was there. So then she ran off while all of this was going down and barricaded herself in because she was like, "Y'all not get ready to get me with y'all debauchery. No,
okay.
I gotta shut it down." But what I was gonna say about him bringing in the busloads of exotic girls such as Indonesia and Asian and Black, mixed Asian and Black, that makes sense because look, the last baby was by an Asian woman. Um, Sarah looks a little bit ambiguous. That's Chance's mother. That's the baby that he had on Kim while Kim was pregnant with the twins. Um, he seems like he likes to. And then you have the young lady who's making her rounds on YouTube and things of that nature. What is her name? Gina Han. She's Asian, so that seems about. But I don't think that Diddy has a specific type. I think that his type is anybody that he could do.
Anything to
Yeah,
control, manipulate.
yeah, yeah. I think that's his type. She could be Black. She could be Asian. She could be Hispanic. It doesn't even matter as long as he can control the narrative. That's his type.
Hmm.
I think,
Okay.
in my opinion.
I
Because
mean, yeah, in the past, what we
looking
had
at Young Miami,
Young Miami, J Lo, Carmen Diaz, Kim. Yeah, it's a wide range of the look of the. He put it this way: he's not a Kanye West.
yeah, like he could dress them up. That's not his concern, but can I control them?
Yeah,
You feel me? They all can look a certain. I don't care. They could be Black, whatever. They just cannot exude my power and control over them.
yeah.
That's
When we
the
get
question,
64,
huh?
when we get 64.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, Mr. Combs openly assaulted Miss Ventura in front of Miss Rashad and other witnesses on multiple occasions. On one occasion, around the fall of 2009, Diddy, Dirty Money, was in New York preparing to perform at a festival. Inside the vehicle, Mr. Combs grabbed Miss Ventura's neck, pulled her out of the van onto the grass, and pinned her head down, choking
Mm.
her while yelling, "You're going to get fucked up today." This incident took place in the backstage area just outside the festival and was entirely visible to passersby.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That's That's crazy. Wait, this is 2009. We had camera phones back in 2009. I'm surprised nobody took a picture or something
But
like that.
at the same time, Diddy had security. So are you really trying to pull out your, like, he was 2009? You gotta think he had the height of
Mm,
his, you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't
He
know.
had
I
the
just
height.
it is how they were on the festival grounds, and they probably was backstage at the festival. But passers by, I still would think somebody would be like, "What's going on over here?" But that's
Yeah.
just
One would have seen that. I would have seen that, like, hey,
mm, yeah.
back there. But I'm that nosy. That's the kind of old lady I'm gonna be. Like, hey, what
What's
y'all
going
got
on?
going on back there? Cut it out.
Mm-mm.
In my mind, that's how it's gonna go. Um, dang, that's crazy. So, in another instance, in and around early 2010, Mr. Combs punched Miss Ventura. Jesus, just punch her. Why I had to get this one? Mr. Combs punched Miss Ventura in the face in the bathroom of a party in Los Angeles. Frequently, when Miss Ventura attempted to voice an opinion or stand up to Mr. Combs, he would strike her or wrap his hands around her throat and choke her. This man, poor, that's why oh Lord.
Mm.
What I tell people all the time is it's easy to say, well, why didn't you just leave? The cycle of abuse is something crazy. And it's easier said than done. You want to get 66? Poor
Mhm.
baby.
Yeah. So on the first several occasions that they observed Mr. Combs assault Miss Ventura, Miss Rashad and Miss Harper spoke with Miss Ventura to support and encourage Miss Ventura in escaping her abusive relationship with Mr. Combs. Every time that Miss Rashad and Miss Harper tried to intervene, Mr. Combs learned of the conversation and became irate. Mr. Combs screamed at the women, "Y'all bitches don't get my relationship. Don't tell my bitch what she needs to be doing. Just make money and shut the fuck up. I end artists. I shelve careers. You could be missing, and you bitches want to die today," among other threats.
Now imagine you the artist of this alleged monster. We don't know. We weren't there.
Mhm.
And you see him beating up his girlfriend and you trying to save her because if she don't leave sooner or later, sooner or later, she ain't gonna be here no more. And then this monster just come in and start saying all this. He already done gave y'all roses.
Some mafia type shit.
You feel me? He already done gave y'all roses in a dimly lit room with music playing. Try to like, and then he did two things. First, he tried to butter y'all up with the roses. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? And then he was like, "Listen, y'all bitches gonna learn today." It was crazy, psychopathic shit. Like, make up your mind which one you gonna be. You gonna be
I,
the
I,
nice, loving, but they say he's charming. But you gonna be the nice, loving, sophisticated diddler, or you gonna be the monster diddler? Which one are you gonna be? Because I can't deal with this bipolar shit. It's
come
just too
on.
much.
Which diddler are you gonna do? Which diddler are you gonna do?
Like what? I can't do this bipolar ass shit you got going on. First, you gonna come in with a rose, be all nice and sweet, and then talk about y'all bitches want to die. Don't be telling my bitch nothing. Why? We don't want her to get fucked up no more. Why we can't tell her this is not what she deserves? And then you got her early when she was young and impressionable. So now she don't know what to do. She feel trapped. This is crazy. Um, dang. So we now enters Interscope. Interscope Records enabled Mr. Combs' gender motivated violence. That was a lot in itself. Just that line in itself is just a lot. But let's get into it. So In or around late 2009 or early 2010, Playboy Entertainment entered an agreement with Interscope Geffen AM Records Interscope. Upon information and belief, Bad Boy was paid $50 million in exchange for Bad Boy's future releases being distributed through Interscope. In so doing, Mr. Combs intended to capitalize on Interscope's significant resources and enhance the promotion and sales of Bad Boy releases, including Diddy's Dirty Money's upcoming album. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they put this in there to just make sure that when they're shooting the scope out to everybody that was involved, where all the money that came from to allow him to do anything, this is them saying, "Hey, this is why we put them
This
in
is
it."
how they
How they connect. Yeah.
yeah, this is how they connected to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
No, about when we read the who all was being connected to it, these
Sure.
little pebbles or make sense of why they're saying it's like this is why this is good business, but this is also where the money that he got allowed him to do the things he did.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why they're included. You go ahead. 68.
So in the weeks and months leading up to the Bad Boy Interscope deal, Mr. Combs had frequent meetings with producer and then CEO of Interscope Records, Jimmy Iovine. On one such
Jimmy.
occasion, Combs hosted it. Oh, I'm sorry, you say something?
I said, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
On one such occasion, Combs hosted a dinner at the West Hollywood, California restaurant, which Miss Rashad and Miss Harper were required to attend. Among the guests at the dinner were celebrities like Neo, Usher, as well as Mr. Iovine. At the dinner, Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura had an argument in front of the dinner guests. Mr. Combs hissed at Miss Ventura in a screaming whisper and forcefully punched her in the stomach, causing her to double over in visible pain, crying. Ms. Clark escorted Miss Ventura out of the restaurant, and Mr. Combs remained and continued socializing with the dinner guests. At this point, Interscope Records clearly had actual knowledge that Combs was dangerous around females and that Combs was willing to brazenly batter a female in public.
Now, here's where that's why I was like, Jimmy. Here's the thing. Jimmy Iovine, although I have not been able to, and y'all know I'll be investigating and trying to find these cases and stuff. It's very hard to get your hands on Jimmy Iovine's case. We know why that is. He is the head of Interscope. Of course, it's hard to get his case, right? So he's already been connected to something. So if he's already been connected to something, what do you think he's really going to do when he sees some shit like this?
Act like it never happened.
Right. It makes all the sense. Yeah, it happened. I saw it happen, but that's their business. That's how he look at it.
Yep.
And in his mind, he probably thinking this little silly bitch decided to stay with him. So, yeah, they disgusting how they, and especially when they got money. Like, I mean, it's bad enough the piece of shit men out here that don't have money and will just let that shit slide. You feel me? But when they got a certain amount of money, they be doing the shit themselves, so it just don't matter to them. Like they don't care. But anyway, let me keep moving. Keep moving. Even after Mr. Iovine watched Mr. Combs commit a violent assault in front of numerous high-profile witnesses, the Bad Boy Interscope deal took place and remained in effect. Of course it did. That don't have nothing to do with business, bitch. What is wrong with you? Providing Mr. Combs with immense financial rewards and enabling him to commit further acts of violence without fear of recusation. Listen, they not gonna stop their money. I'm sorry. Without the fear of repercussions. I'm sorry. What the hell? Cause what do you? All right, watching Mr. Combs openly assault Miss Ventura in front of Mr. Iovine, y'all hold him too high on a pedestal, and various celebrities, and observing that other powerful industry representatives were complicit in Mr. Combs' behavior, amplified Miss Richard's fears of Mr. Combs. It should. Um, could one day harm her and that his actions would be accepted and normalized by everyone surrounding him. Of course they would. Why would they not?
I mean, sad, brutal truth. I mean,
Yes.
you know why this is a sad, brutal truth, and this is an unfortunate thing about people, everything. Even in your family, you can know someone that is getting abused by someone. It could be like horrible example. It could be like your brother that's abusing his girl, or
Mm-hmm.
or either the other way. But everybody knows, but it kind of plays slightly the same, except for it's family. Oh, family compared to, oh no, this is a person that does have good, well-established ties to the industry, and
Right.
some point my career could depend on him greenlighting some project I'm doing, or shelving some project I'm doing, because you already use it as a threat. But it's kind of the
Right.
same thing. Everybody could be there and know exactly what the fuck is going on, and then nobody's going to say anything because they are also in worry of themselves. But then
Right.
again, it's like, if even if I'm talking to just a familiar level, you
Ain't
could
none of
know
my
someone.
business. Or
Yeah,
keep
and
it
then
in the
that's the sad,
family.
scary
What
part.
goes on in our family stays in the family. Nobody
Mhm,
outside needs to know about it. It's all kinds of different theories and
mhm,
thought processes of how people deal with it within the family. But so we talking about, but this not even family. This is a business situation, and ain't
mhm.
no way in how is they gonna let his bullshit fuck with the business arrangement. So I'm not. She might have been a little bit shocked. I wouldn't have been, because it's a dirty business. This business has never been a clean business.
Dirty money, pun intended. No.
I'm just saying.
Now
Hello,
listen to the title "Dirty Money." It's like,
hello,
was that on the nose? Was that on the nose? And calling it dirty money?
hello. Good morning. You feel me? Yeah. It's never been a clean, pristine business. It's always been a dirty business, and dirty business does bring dirty money. And maybe he was trying to tell you something. You want to hit 70 real quick?
Yes. So, as part of the agreement between Bad Boy and Interscope, Interscope heavily promoted Diddy "Dirty Money" Last Train to Paris album. Mr. Aveen had presented Mr. Combs with a demo of "Coming Home" for him to produce, a song that would become a multi-platinum hit. Mr. Aveen was encouraging Mr. Combs to develop a new sound for the album, into which Interscope was investing significant resources. Miss Rashad, Miss Harper, and also Miss Ventura all provided vocal performances for this project. Released in November 2010, the album "Last Train to Paris" became Diddy Dirty Money's most commercially successful project, providing vast financial rewards to both Interscope and Mr. Combs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you. Now, the little, not much to say, basically little information about Dirty Money. The Last Train to Paris credits both Interscope and Bad Boy Records, just so y'all know. So that just proves that situation in the South, that was what was going on.
Yeah. This is a complete reinforcement statement, because it says this is who was part of this business. He was part of this. She's saying on it. She's saying on it. And the person that's already won something from anything that he did had also saying on it. In addition,
Mm-hmm.
with this project, it even says in the CD liner, which the CD liners don't exist anymore, but it says in the
Mm-hmm.
credits that it was this Interscope
And,
and this
and
Bad
and
Boy
Bad Boy, right?
connected together. Boom. So if I was part of this and they were part of this, and this person got a big financial windfall, and they got a big financial windfall because it was our most successfully commercial album, how come I can prove to you that I don't got the receipts? His mama do, but I don't.
So, um, we're gonna move on. Diddy, Dirty Money. Mr. Combs subjects Miss Rashard to labor trafficking and offensive work conditions. Oh my lord. She already gave us a synopsis of what it looked like. This is the thing too. You already knew what you was going through when you was in Danny D. Kane. Did you think it was gonna be any different when you got with I'm just saying.
You know what I just thought about? This is a random thought that just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
How come Faith Evans haven't said anything?
How come Faith what?
Faith Evans haven't said anything that I'm aware of. At least I'm not aware of. I just thought about this.
I think that digs a little deeper.
Hmm.
I've always had. I stand reserved because I really like Faith, but I've always had questions about that whole everything
Hmm. I don't
from
not
the
the way it was in
beginning.
my head. I was
From,
thinking about how I was. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
from the beginning when she got with Bad Boy and she got with Biggie
Mm-hmm.
to the whole Tupac situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's messed up. He put it in a song. If they had twins, she probably had Tupacs. But anyway, so all of I'm sorry, I just thought about it.
Brooklyn.
um, but I've always had questions about all of that. So I don't know. Maybe there is a lot. Because remember, she had a drug problem a big drug problem at one point in time too.
I know it popped in my head because I'm like, wait, vocals, singing. Most of the women here are singers. I'm like, but
Now
Faith, like,
also that Stevie J situation was he
that
sent to
is weird.
be her handler. I got questions.
Okay, okay.
And you
So,
know how I like to. You know how I like to.
dot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it just I don't know why it popped in my head because I'm like I was thinking Bad Boy. I'm like, who else was a singer on Bad? Faith Evans was a singer on Bad Boy. You know what? She hasn't said anything. That's what my mom was thinking about.
I got questions. But anyway, let's get back to this. What time is it? Okay, we got a little bit more time. So, in or around fall of 2029, Dirty Money began recording the song Love Comes Down upon information and belief that Mr. Combs continued to use narcotic that caused him to remain awake for prolonged periods of time. Oh, he was on that stuff. When he was awake, he would demand that Miss Rashad and Miss Harper record in the studio. Oh my gosh! So now I gotta be awake because you awake because you can't put that stuff down. Um, hmm. They would spend 3 to 4 consecutive days recording without a break to eat or sleep. And you starving me and you depriving me of sleep. Mr. Combs required Miss Rashad and Miss Harper to remain in their home in his home continuously, denying the opportunity to return to their hotel rooms for breaks. The degree of control Mr. Combs exercised over Miss Rashad's daily life and basic needs exhibit. I can't even get it out. Man, this man said they can't eat. They can't sleep. She felt like she was in a threatening atmosphere. She already said she didn't push the furniture on the door to the room of which she was staying.
I mean,
Capricorn had to get her out of there once.
I there. So this is one of them ones. It's like maybe I'm blind to the fact because I never made it in any type of music business that I attempted to do. But then I do always hear the story of like, no, you when you in the studio, you eat, breathe, sleep, all that, the studio.
You
So
do all of that, but you do those things. You go and take a nap in the studio. I done lived the studio life, so I know. You can
but
take a
she
nap. You
wants to
can
go to her
sleep.
hotel room. And it's like, no, we staying focused, we locked in. Unfortunately, yes, he's on drugs, so he locked in a different way.
Right.
But
And
it's
she's
like,
saying they couldn't even sleep. So even they couldn't do none of the basic things, even if that analogy that you just used, which is eat, live, breathe, sleep, everything
studio.
in the studio, they couldn't even do that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, and I got to think also, this is not rappers. This is hip hop R&B. So I don't know. Because I know, like on the rapper side, they always leaving the studio, sleeping in the studio until I make it. I gotta grind. I wake up and do, just like the same kind of weird work ethic that basically Tupac had about being in the studio basically 20 hours out of the day just making music.
Right.
But I guess it may be a different look at it if it's an R&B singer or a pop/R&B group. I don't know.
And the person who is demanding you to do so is high out of his mind.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, yeah, he probably was. I'm up. I'm up. You want me to? I'm sorry. Do you want me to knock up to the? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Combs regularly left the studio and required Miss Rashad and Miss Harper to stay and write verses to songs. Occasionally, Miss Rashad tried to leave to get something to eat or go to her hotel. Whenever Miss Rashad tried to leave, Mr. Combs would call and demand, "Where the fuck are you? And we have an album to make." Mr. Combs frequently made threats, especially if they asked for food or rest, stating, "You're a bitch." Damn, that's harsh. For food, my nigga. I don't want to see you fucking. I don't want to see your fucking face. I make niggas go missing. I make things go away. Each time Mr. Rashad Rashad returned to the studio immediately, believing that Mr. Combs was capable of following through with his threats. This established the fact of her fear.
Fuck that! I'm going to get my sandwich, bitch.
I'm also like, you could have. Where's the runners at? Like, you send somebody out to go get. Hey, stop at McDonald's, stop at Starbucks, get this from Burger King, stop at CVS.
If you don't want me to leave, the least you could do is make sure that I have what I need there.
Yeah.
That's the least that you could do. And I got to get some air and some sunlight and some sunshine. These vocal cords ain't going to take care of themselves. I got to do all of that to keep that in line.
Yeah.
You just going to try to, you a succubus, bitch. I'm sorry.
Oh, succubus? Damn. All right.
He is. There's people out there, and I hate that I keep referring to this particular sign as those type of people. But everybody that I met is that type, that is that sign, is that type of people. And Diddy is that sign. And he is that type of people. They got like a succubus energy. They want to take and they want to take and they want to take, but they don't want to give.
No. Well, look, next line is very much of that.
I know. And I ain't even playing it this way. So, child. Oh, Mr. Combs criticized Miss Rashad for being too skinny. But you don't want to feed me, you succubus. Yet denied her request for food and demanded that she drink only peanut butter shakes. Why? It's supposed to, peanut butter supposed to stick to your ribs, I guess. But Mr. Combs,
wow.
Mr. Combs had full meals prepared by a chef and then ate them in front of Miss Rashad and Miss Harper, never offering them food. You rude bitch. That's why I would have just want to got my sandwich. He just gonna be mad. I need to eat, nigga. You just gonna have to be mad about it. You can't just be eating food in my face and then getting mad when I go out for a sandwich real quick. I'm gonna take the next one too.
Okay.
So Miss Rashad and Miss Harper begged for food, and rest breaks, but Mr. Combs refused, making statements such as "absolutely fucking not," and "this is what it takes to be great." But bitch, you eating. Mr. Combs' responses, oh, these poor babies. I could see how I'm not even getting ready to keep me. Yo, what? These poor babies. But I will say in Dawn's situation, you were in Danity Kane already. So you kind of knew what it was already. Kalena, she didn't. She was just excited to be a part of a group, and with the thought of maybe I could possibly win, a Grammy or something, and get all this money and all this glory and fame. And so she came in a little jaded, and you could tell, cause even now she ain't see shit. She don't know nothing.
One of the key things I noticed too is that Don was also part of this when there was a camera crew around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening when there's no camera crew. This is just artist, producer, or
Yeah, this
record
not
label
Danny D.
exec.
Kane. This is
Yeah,
not Danny D.
it
Kane
is
now.
more of his power, no influence from MTV or any video production
Right.
company. It is solely his idea with the full backing of Interscope and Jimmy Iovine. So this is
But
very much.
it sound like even when they had the cameras with MTV, that didn't matter any fucking way. The
I
girl
think
said
it mattered
she
a
was
certain way.
the girl said she was dehydrated, and they kept on filming her sickness. They didn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it didn't matter whether they was there or not. He still was going to do what the fuck he wanted to do.
Within limits. I think when the camera crew is not there, this is the more brutal aspect of what, like, half the thing they're saying that he said, he couldn't get away with saying that directly on TV or camera.
Mm-mm.
He had to say, like, do you want it or not? But he couldn't say, bitch, do you want it or not?
Yeah, he couldn't
That's
do
the
that,
difference.
but that's the only difference. He had to tone it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I believe he dealt with Danny D. Kane outside of just the cameras. They were
Probably.
his
I
group.
would agree.
They were signed to him. You feel me? So he did.
Mm-hmm.
And then they happened to be on the show too. So he dealt with them a lot. So I'm quite sure he was talking to them like this when they weren't filming.
Positive. Second time, do you want me to read any other the next one, or which
Yeah,
one?
you could get the next one. You can get the next
75,
one.
right? 75.
Yeah, yeah.
So as Mr. Shaw continued to work nonstop, transitioning between the studio, rehearsals, workouts, and back to the studio, she became severely dehydrated and experienced chronic stomach cramping from being undernourished and excessively thin. On the numerous occasions that she told Mr. Combs that she was not feeling well, he called her lazy and dismissed her health concerns, instilling in her further apprehension of communicating her needs.
Ciao. I'm gonna do. We gonna go to 79, and then we gonna stop because this is nuts. Because Ciroc and them come in after 79, so I think we'll stop right there.
Okay.
Oh, because Ciroc is in here, y'all. I don't get it twisted. Ciroc is in here. So, in or around the summer of 2010, Ms. Rashad experienced abdominal pains, swollen glands, and a fever. She was hospitalized and diagnosed with
Arthralgia.
thank you, arthralgia. That's how you say it.
Yeah, arthralgia.
Um,
It's like
joint
arthritis, it's not quite.
joint pain due to overuse, sprains, tendonitis, and infections. And oh my God, anemia. That's already a bitch in itself. I can testify to that shit. And a low white blood cell count. Ms. Rashard presented Mr. Combs with her medical records specifying that she needed to emphasize eating. She needed to emphasize eating well because that would make sense. Like she need her like oh my gosh, this is making me mad just thinking about it. And being adequately hydrated, getting adequate rest. But Mr. Combs ordered her to report to the studio the next day for another multi-day recording session. You slave driver. Mr. Combs' blatant disregard for her health and well-being um, cemented Mrs. Rashard's fear of his authority and control over her career and health. I'm sorry. I don't want to be famous that bad. I would have just got out of there. Because how am I be famous if I'm not alive?
A lot of famous people end up not alive because they're famous. That's a
I'm
sad truth.
dead, so I can't perform. I can't even perform at my highest because I'm hungry. I'm dead.
Mm.
I'm dead. You gonna hit 77?
Yes. So Mr. Shaw continued to witness Mr. Combs' abuse towards Miss Ventura. Miss Ventura often wore sunglasses and makeup in an attempt to hide visible injuries. These incidents further solidified Mr. Shaw's fear of Mr. Combs, as they were constant reminders of the physical dangers she potentially could and eventually would face.
Child.
That's it. That's the dangling line.
Mm-hmm.
I never really knew that, and this is a sideline. I never really knew lawyers wrote cases this way, unless it's something new. I always thought they were kind of like blah, but I noticed I see the wordplay.
Maybe not the lawyer, maybe the paralegal.
Even if that's the case, I never really realized that. Well, one, I've never really read court cases, but I've never
Yeah,
realized the way they word them because I, me being a person that know words, I see what they do and I understand the flow that they're given, and I understand that like if you see it one way, they got to say it a certain way, and
right.
it's very interesting because that's like the cliffhanger of the movie, like who shot Jr. from Dallas and shit. That's like and would
Mm-hmm.
stay
All right.
tuned.
Mr. Combs often exhibited uncontrollable anger during recording sessions. Of course he did. Throwing objects like albums, laptops, Jesus Christ, food against the wall, the food that he could have been feeding them, or at individuals. Mr. Combs frequently flew oh my gosh, frenzy and unpredictable rages. Oh my gosh, Mr. Combs, why you throwing food at the wall? You could have fed them that food and maybe things would have
For
came
real.
out the way you wanted it to be. Miss Richard feared making any missteps that could direct his anger toward her. I bet. However, her fears were beyond her immediate physical safety because she had witnessed Mr. Combs' violent nature aside of Mr. Combs that the world had not yet seen. You sure we ain't see it, baby? She feared that um falling out of Mr. Combs' good graces, or worse, standing up to him or speaking against him could result in serious harm to her. Miss Richard frequently thought about Mr. Combs' threat about making people go missing. He has said it a lot of times. Apparently, he said it a little raw too, and feared taking any actions that could label her as a target. Listen, he done said that thing one too many times. I believe that he said that. I mean, I believe that she was scared. I believe anybody he said it to was scared because he said it and believed it.
Hmm. Like
And
what's in the question, the situation with Biggie, Tupac, especially with all the other weird shit that came along, puts in
the
question
club,
the thing with
the
Kim Porter, puts in question. I don't know, even slightly.
even the
Uh,
club incident with Sean, like
Black
all
Rob.
of that. Yeah, all of that. I could see how they would be afraid. I could. You gonna hit 79? That's our
Yes.
last one for the evening.
So, despite Mr. Combs' violence, threats, and misogyny, Diddy Dirty Money experienced significant sales of records, selling more than 2 million copies of one single, 500,000 of another in the US, and in Australia, 5 million single copies. Mr. Rashad unpaid wages and royalties are estimated to be shit, hold on, I gotta check the number. 1.2 million basically. 1.2 million. Ms. Machad's unpaid touring wages are estimated to be over 350,000 for touring dates within the United States. So if they toured outside of the United States, it'd probably be more. But within the United States, 350K off rip.
Right. So basically, her bank account should be nice and meaty, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, there are when we read these cases, there are always patterns. You feel me? There are always patterns and things that you see in one case that wind up being in another case, and it's crazy. It's insane. From what we've read thus far, and we haven't even gotten to Ciroc Diddy beats and all that yet. Which we will be getting into that next Wednesday. But the things that have been said in this case thus far, like I said, it's believable. She was there. She got proof that she was there. Can't nobody say that she wasn't there. Her and Kalina, they was there. She got video footage that she was there. So who's to say that this? I think that she might win her case. I think that she might.
For if anything, just me, I'm not a lawyer, but if anything, yeah, if you have estimated projections of what your income should have been for what the work you did, then yes, you should win something of the amount of that work you did. If you were credited, you knew you were there in the studio, you could provide the plane ticket, you could provide any of the things that, no, when this project was being created, I was there. I was there for the previous. We can't question that she was there on the previous scene because she was in Danny Kane. That's video evidence.
You really can't question this either because she is a part of the group Dirty Money.
Yeah, exactly. So winning the case for the money, strictly the money part, yes, to me that's a no-brainer. Anything else, that's where she has a good footing because the previous case that he has already went through. But that gets into that weird area of why did you still stay though?
That does. But and then the other question is when it comes to her case, will she have Cassie on her behalf to testify? Will she be brought in as a witness?
And that would, if Cassie came in or Miss Harper come in.
Kalina ain't coming in. She said she ain't hear nothing. She ain't see nothing. She don't know what nobody is talking about. She too focused on trying to get her children back. She's not coming in. I think the more credible witness, and because Kalina already has said she ain't hear nothing, see nothing, she don't know what nobody talking about. She said it publicly. The more credible witness would be Cassie. Yeah. And I think that at this point, Cassie is willing to ride at dawn. No pun intended, but ride at dawn.
I see what you did there. But yeah, that would be interesting to see how that would all go down. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. One part of me is just outside looking in, and it's gonna sound weird. There's no sisterhood in that.
I think in this particular situation, it's a sisterhood. When you've been tormented, and I'm gonna tell you why. When you've been all tormented by the same person, and y'all all out to get the same person, it's like forming Voltron in sisterhood. Yeah. But why would y'all underestimate females sometimes? I know we can be quite petty, but when they come to standing together, bitches will ride at dawn and have each other backs. Bitches that never liked each other will all of a sudden be friends. And you be like, but wait, I thought you bitches that. Nope, now we friends, bitch. We ride at dawn because we got the same fucking enemy. The enemy is my friend type shit. Exactly. But so, I'm just because if Westcott was there, I don't understand why she is so. I understand if you have your own personal things going on, but if you witness this too, and if they're I don't know. I don't know these people real personal lives, but we don't know how far it was going to go on Cassie's behalf because remember he settled that case quick, fast, and in a hurry. We don't know if Dawn was a part of her legal situation. True. They had to go to court because Cassie never went to court. Yeah, she got paid off. You know what I'm saying? And then shit started hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if her and Dawn had already had a conversation. And Dawn was like, all right, well, if we gotta go to court, I'm with you. I'm gonna testify on your behalf because I seen shit. You feel me? Or Then once Diddy settled, like, nah, shut Casey the fuck up because we don't have time for this shit. And it was so fast and it looked guilty. And then all the other shit started coming out. Now Don like, all right, well, then I'm going to do my case. But instead of settling out with her real quick, which he probably should do, that would be the wise thing to do. Especially her, because she was a part of Danity Kane and Dirty Money. But instead of settling out with her real quick, it's persistent. So, and she could prove that she was there. And we don't know if Cassie is like, all right, yeah, because Kendall, they didn't, that wasn't part of the NDA, that she can't testify in the court of law. That can't never ever be a part of the NDA.
You're right.
It can't ever be a part. She always, if she is summoned to come to court to testify, then she is to go to court to testify. It's just what it is. So we don't know. Maybe Cassie in her back pocket. Cassie is brought up a lot in this case.
Yeah. So it would make a good bit of sense. So, all right.
Who better to have than the person that got fucked up and everybody saying it? I'm just saying. It is time for the love notes. Doc, you do what you gotta do. Let me explain this love note thingy. It is time for the love notes. I want to give a shout out to anybody who's watching from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. I appreciate you. This is my live love. I'm giving you live love right now. I love you. Thank you very much for tuning in and supporting. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. But this love I'm about to kick out right now. Oh no, we ain't acting funny now, are we? Okay, this love I'm about to, yeah, we is. It might be time to change the batteries in this bad boy, but this love I'm about to kick out right now, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. This love is my listening audience. I love them and they love us, so it is what it is. And this love, these people, they don't know what we look like. They just come and listen to whatever we talking about, and they're loyal listeners, and we love them and we appreciate them so much. So this is called Love Notes. How did we come up with the name Love Notes? I used to call it Love Doc, used to call it Show Notes. We bickered for a while about it. And then we came to the compromise because all love comes with compromise. We came to the compromise and now we call it Love Notes. I was never calling it Show Notes. Not on my not over my dead body. But anyway, he also said I had a stack of papers the size of a composition notebook. I did not. It was a lot of papers. But in all fairness, it was a lot of cities and a lot of states and a lot of countries. Now we just condensed it down. No, we only do countries and the list is still long, but I love it. Do not stop making this list longer. Keep it long. And so it's love. It's all love. And I want to get to the love, man. Thanks for all of the love. Shout out to my top 6, the United States, the United Kingdom, India, China, Canada, Belgium, specifically Brussels. You guys are so loyal and incredible, and I just love you guys so much. If I ever did a tour, you know y'all would be first on the list. Russia, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, and Kenya. Hi, babies. Thank you for all of the love. I appreciate you. Pakistan, Romania, South Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Ireland, and Nepal. I love you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the love, man. Mauritius, Israel, Hong Kong, France, Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, baby. The Czech Republic, Portugal, and Morocco. Hi, Booze. I love you too. Hi, I love you. Thanks for the love. Ghana, Finland, Cameroon, Lithuania, Sweden, Bangladesh, and Latvia. Hi, honeys. Thank you. I adore you. Thank you for coming through and checking this podcast and just showing love. And you guys are extraordinary. Oh, so extraordinary. Hungary, Greece, and Denmark. Last but not least. Like I said, keep adding to this beautiful, beautiful thing we got going on here. You guys are extraordinary. Thank you for the love, and you guys are amazing. It's always love. And some things I can say while we waiting on Doc to get back in here real quick. I can do that real quick. I can do that real quick. Join the conversation. Call in, text, drop a comment. The number's 443-780-5978. 443-780-5978. Yes, darling, it is. It is. It is. Um, if you would like to contact us for any reason at all, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. That is contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Yes, do that. Do that. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription. We appreciate those. You don't know how much they mean to us, all of them. I do not take requests. Why? Because I have permission. I have permission to play any music video that I've ever played. I have written, um, electronic, verbal, you name it, I got it. We got it. And we don't do it unless we got permission. And that's that. Uh and y'all hear my DJ. Like, I'm not getting ready to take y'all requests so y'all can get on his nerve. Leave him alone. Catch his vibe. Shut up. Um Join our coffee community so I can cuss whenever the fuck I feel like it. Cause I be wanting to, especially through this shit right here. This fucking slave master. Um, yeah. I want to cuss all the time. And I would like to have titillating, salacious, taboo conversations. And I would like to do it without censorship. It would be lovely. It would be lovely. It would be quite lovely. Quite lovely. And also, sorry, my bad. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com. www.ambitiouslyent.com. The pathway to all things ambitiously. AU, big fucking power. Stop playing. Big shout out to our DJ, Go DJ, because that's my DJ Rukasey, always killing it every Friday. He provides us with a great mix. We gonna be off tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, but guess what? Friday we'll be here with a dope ass mix. Stop playing with us. Um, Joy, let us know how you feel about the mixes that we play, and let me tell y'all something. Say it to his face. Don't say it to me. Say it to him. He be here on Fridays. Say it to his face. Stop playing with my DJ. I ain't playing with him. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard right now here. We got some weird vibes going on. It's probably time for a battery renewal, but it's all good. We're going to get into it. So Doc said worldwide, what is a hit record worth to you? A chef cooked meal, or not eat at all, because apparently you want to starve to get that hit record. Apparently, if you down with Diddy anyway, or Love, or whatever he calls himself these days. We call him the diddler. Top flight, catch the vibes. Women scorn can become Voltron. We can. Let us have the same enemy. Bitch, I never liked you before, but today we are besties. Now let's get that motherfucker. Yes, y'all get it twisted. Yeah, we catty, but not that catty. And then I will go back to the way I felt after we get that motherfucker. All right, it was all good. It was a thing. We did what we had to do. But I'm not a violent, like, I don't want to go after nobody, or I don't want to fight everybody. I will fight you if I have to, but I'm just going to go back to the way I was before all of this happened, not fucking with you because it's good for my health. But we did what we had to do. Kudos, girl. High five. Let's go. You feel me? Like, we will come together. Let us have the same common enemy. Girl, he did that to you too. Girl. You see what I'm saying? It's a thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Doc, it is now time for me to say the things that I say at the end of every show. It's not, you know what's messed up? It's not trash day because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Trash day is not until Friday.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
gotta
gonna
ask you
check
that.
it out tomorrow night. But this would normally be our trash day. We'd be preparing to go outside and handle our business. But guess we get a little break until tomorrow night.
I'm doing it before the Fire Friday. I'm taking my trash out before Fire Friday.
Yeah, I'm taking mine out tomorrow night after I've eaten all the food that I can eat. I want to get it all out and have it already there because they'll be here early. You see, your trash come later, mine come early, so they'll be here kind of early in the morning. So I need to handle my business. But as usual, thank you for being here. It's always a fun time.
Thank you for having me. I always appreciate it.
I appreciate how you appreciate some of my dark comedy. It's crazy, but it's here.
I have dark comedy too, just to be fair.
You do, you do. But it's greatly appreciated. Sometimes like minds need to come together and put on a comedy show. You feel me?
Dark comedy. Dark comedy.
Dark comedy show. But yeah, we're gonna get back on this case next Wednesday. No holidays. By next week, I intend to have the radio station schedule together. We will be introducing 2 new shows on there, as well as we will be doing the podcast over there as well. I like it over there a little bit better because there is no censorship because it's mine. And any music that I play, I have a license to play it. It's great living. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
But,
awesome, awesome.
so next week we should have a schedule put together, finished, being put together by then. There's some things we got in the chamber. It just takes time because I'm a one woman show on the back end. But man, I love you guys. And so now it's time for me to say the things that I need to say. Mind your business. It's Saffron Media Monday where I tell everybody's business because I'm absolutely, positively nosy. I am. And I want y'all to come over here and be nosy with me because it's fun. It's a fun time. Um, on tap in, not so much, maybe every now and again, but not so much. I don't tell people's business. But on a wiretap, for sure, you better not have a case out here living a depraved, heinous, sinister, foul, vile, what else?
Insidious,
Hideous, uh,
hideous, insidious, decrepit, villainous, um,
debauched. Oh
debauched.
oh my gosh, there's so many words we could use for your loser ass. But the point is, if you got a case and you're a celebrity and you did something crazy, we reading it, and you shouldn't have did it. And then I wouldn't have anything to read, and my partner and good over here is gonna read it with me. Shit.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sorry. And then on Wet and Wired, I tell more of my business. But so don't feel bad. I tell my business too. Don't just tell your business. I tell my business too. But other than that, mind your business. Safe way to live your life. Let me see if this is gonna work right now. Oh, it's working. Love your babies, hug your babies, tell your babies that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Listen, me and my daughter had a reflection. I told y'all the other day how not on purpose, but it used to be just me giving her a speech every morning, but then somehow I got a bunch of children. I tell y'all don't have to do that, but just make sure you encourage your babies. And my daughter and I had a conversation about that this morning. She was like, "Yep, you didn't even mean that for them. That was just for me." And then all of a sudden, everybody was there, and I was like, "They was right. They like my little speeches." But they was with it. I was giving it. I believe wholeheartedly in encouraging these babies to be great, and I think that is something that we should focus on. Maybe it'll change direction, like what in which they're going right now. Just a possibility. So tell them babies they the GOAT. Tell them they the greatest of all times. If they want to work for NASA, tell them be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. Get yourself a telescope, a good one, not the kind you look through your neighbor, you peeping Tom, look through your neighbor's window with either. That's not the kind I'm talking about. Get yourself a good one. Take your children outside and go look at the sky. You might discover something. a comment, a star, or something. You might discover, so just go do it. But don't be looking in your neighbor's windows. It's not good. It's not good for your soul. Um, if they want to work for NASCAR, tell them be the best NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, or engineer, whatever the hell else they do over there at NASCAR. I don't know. They just got a need for speed. And at one point in time, I used to love muscle cars. And obviously, with my whole Chevelle orgasm I had the other day, I love muscle cars. It was a 1972 Chevelle. I'm just saying.
Look,
Obviously, I'm
Harley, don't let Nas pull up in a Chevelle bumping
Ugh.
block beat.
I might have a heart attack. I don't think that we
I
need
just
all
thought
of
about that.
those things to go together. I think you want me to die, Doc.
A Chevelle, Nas bumping my beat.
Oh
It's
my
over.
gosh.
It's over, cat.
With some Wu-Tang somewhere in there.
Talk about the new Star Wars movie just came out.
Oh my gosh. That's overload. I can't take it. But the point is, whatever it is that they want to do, tell them to be great at it. I know I'm a weirdo. I like a lot of different things, and I don't think any of them really match. But Star Wars, hip hop, I don't know. Maybe they do go together. I don't know. Chevelle's period, any muscle car period, but I don't know. I don't know if they go together. But whatever the case may be, just tell them babies to be great. It's time for your fair warning. You might win me over with a muscle car. That's the first fair warning that I'm just gonna throw that out there for everybody to know. We can become friends if that is a part of the equation. But otherwise, stay in your lane. My lane and your lane are not the same. You're over there, I'm over here. Stay over there. Safer that way. Stay your ass over there. Stay. Okay? Okay. Because if you jump into my lane, it's not gonna be fun. You're not gonna like it. And I got 3 Harleys out this week. And the dog, that's 4 Harleys. And she all black and you can't see, and she getting them ankles, and while you now I can hear where you at, and I'm gonna fuck some shit up. Like, you jump in my lane, you getting her. You do not want her. She is not nice. She can be quite evil when she want to be. And then she got 3 human Harleys and a dog Harley out here in these streets, and it's dangerous. Do not break the glass. Do not push the button. All hell is going to break loose. And I don't want that for you. I feel like you want her. She's nice. Sweet, kind, and cuddly. All of those things. Hold on, because I know it's on there. Hold on, let me get right. I can't even do it until I get this in my system. Hey, you big purr bitches, you want her. Oh, yeah. Because when Cat is purring, Cat is a happy, happy, happy girl. But you don't want that first one. She's not nice. Keep telling you. And what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Doc. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay in your fucking lane and everything will be great. It's not rocket science. Stay there. And I told y'all I had to switch out J. Cole. He cool right now. He got his little Grammy. He ain't doing too much right now. This is for Caligula, though. I mean, little Caligula, baby Caligula, aka Petty Boots. You're slowly learning, but pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle to be fought. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck that shit, and sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up. That's it. And life can be simple. That was not a battle for you to fight, but you just couldn't help yourself. So now you see what you get. Now you've learned the lesson to pick and choose your battles wisely. Plus, Mob Deep told y'all a long time ago that there's a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it. You can run, but you can't hide forever in these streets that we done took. You walking with your head down, scared to look. Mama say, Mama say, Mama Makusa. Had to get that out of my system. But they basically told y'all, I don't know if y'all was listening then, but you should listen now, that there is a war going on outside. I'm really more worried about the war than these bullshit ass battles. You can win the battle. You won. It's yours. Have it. Have it your way, like Burger King. I'm not concerned. Also, she out of the equation too, because I don't know what's going on with her until she say it. I don't know. But be you. Be authentically, beautifully you. Be wonderfully you. Don't let nobody tell you how to eat, sleep, shit. Don't tell them you can't have food at the studio. Don't let them tell you that you can't sleep at the studio. Fucking fuck that. Take your nap. Take your power back. God damn it. Don't let them do that to you. I don't care what it is that you try. You're not gonna make anybody happy. You can add to that happiness, but you won't make them happiness. Happiness starts with it. Starts with that. So, in turn, no matter what it is that you keep trying to fix to make them happy, they're gonna find something else to be unhappy with. So just fuck them. Worry about you. You came in this world by yourself, even if you are a twin, and you're gonna leave by yourself. Worry about making yourself happy, and then everybody else will fall in line. And dream big. Don't let nobody tell you it's not possible. Anything you set your heart to is possible. Anytime, anything you set your mind to is possible. Execute, execute the mission, and that's what I'm going to say. All right, Doc. I'll be preaching at the end of these podcasts.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Tell him that. Tell him. Tell him.
I'll be preaching. I'll be preaching. Sometimes I gotta take y'all to church real quick though. But it is time for us to get out of here. I hope that you have a happy and full and itis filled Thanksgiving tomorrow.
All right.
Um,
Oh.
and enjoy your time with the family. I know you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all I gotta say.
Oh, well, I wish the same to you. Uh, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy everybody that you're around. Make sure you make them phone calls. That's one thing I think people skip in doing on like Thanksgiving. They'll do the phone calls for like Christmas, but Thanksgiving is one of them holidays too. You should start because especially that's the start of the dark seasons when the sun sets too early and it raises up too late. Make that
I
phone call.
think
That
about it. There's a
cousin.
lot of people I don't want to make phone calls to, so we'll see. It's
All
weird
right,
times
well, I'm just saying,
and
make them phone
weird
calls.
times, weird
It's
times
simple
in this
like, hey,
weird times in this family right now. I think about it. But anyway,
all right, well, I'll leave it at that. It's one of the things that's on my mind. Like, make that phone call. Somebody you ain't touch base with, a friend or whoever. Hey, just so you know, happy Thanksgiving. It can be simple and dry as that, but understanding that, hey, you
I'm gonna
still
just
live.
write it on social media. I think that's good enough.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, with that being said, you can finish out whatever else you about to say then.
Love y'all, man. To those who I don't call tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna write it on social media. Y'all should be good with that. Um, and we gotta get out of here. We gotta get prepared. Niggas gotta stretch their stomachs
No.
so they can have room for all the
Just
good
snack
stuff.
throughout the day. I just snack throughout the day. I'm showing up probably about one. I'm showing up about one-ish, and I'm just going like I know I want to get some deviled eggs before everybody else take them. I know
Cause
that's
you
hard.
know they're gonna be gone. Cause that's how people get down.
Yeah, that's
Get the
I'm
good
making
stuff
sure I do
first.
deviled eggs
That's
off
the
the
new strategy. Get the good stuff that everybody be smashing on first.
exactly, exactly.
And
That's
then
my
come
plan.
back to the other stuff.
That's already my plan. That's already my plan.
All right. Well, enjoy your holiday. I will see y'all on Friday for the Fire Friday mix. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Love. Hip hop, hippie out. We gotta go, man. I'm ready to eat already. It ain't even time. Bye, y'all. We gotta go. I'm hungry. Bye.